This segment is sponsored by Christian Family Law. This morning, we welcome the owner of a law firm of the same name. This is Christian Family, and her law firm is appropriately Christian Family Law. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So first, I have to say, great name, great law firm. I have to assume what type of law that you involve yourself in.
There you go. I consider myself to be a Christian divorce attorney. We do all things family, divorces, custody, child support, and all things related.
Why family law?
Well, let me tell you, my life has really been, about families and protecting children. I will dare say since I was in undergraduate school. And so like my first gig out of law school was with the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland, where I was getting protection orders and divorces for women who had been victims of abuse.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
And when I was there, I realized that I had found my place.
Yeah.
That family law is where I belonged.
And where you're called to, you feel like, specifically.
Exactly.
And you mentioned divorce because, among Christians, that can be a very, very touchy subject, whether, obviously what the Bible says. How do you guys deal with Christian law or divorce within Christian family law?
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
So, like, the big deal is a lot of people are all kind of up in arms because they've heard that verse from Malachi that God hates divorce.
Right.
Right. And it really is my position that God is not a jerk.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Right? If you made a bad decision, you got into a bad marriage, if you're in a toxic relationship, right? God is not going to force you to stay in that marriage. By getting out of that marriage, you're not going to be disqualified from ministry. You're not going to be disqualified from loving again.
Yeah.
You're not destroying a family. You're giving a family an opportunity to be remade in a way that is healthy, that is good for all the people involved, especially the children.
That's a great way to look at it. And obviously, God is the center of your business and your life. How does that separate you from other law firms? Well,
what's pretty cool about Christian Family Law is that it is a place that is, I would say it's a safe environment for Christians.
Yeah.
There are a lot of places where it's not okay to go and talk about God or to talk about...
there may be that judgment there.
The judgment, exactly. That the Spirit led me. This is how I felt, and it's a safe environment for that kind of conversation, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I really feel like a real responsibility to maintain an atmosphere of peace and tranquility in the office. People who are going through divorces and custody battles are very much like, it is a very high stress life. And so we have a responsibility in our office to maintain that atmosphere. So we try to keep some peaceful music going, and just to keep the energy light.
That is so good. And really a unique direction that you take towards helping the people that come into your office. So who are you currently serving right now? I know you mentioned at the beginning the types of law, but what's the common person that comes in for people watching? They go, you know what? I can see Christian Family.
All right, excellent. Well, if you're involved really in a difficult marriage, I think it's best to come and see us.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a divorce. It just means you're in a difficult marriage and you're coming to learn your options. I have on more than one occasion advised people to get some counseling.
Right, so, and you're not like, a lot of lawyers might just be like, okay, you know what, I'm going to get paid, you guys are getting a divorce, but that's not your first goal. Your first goal, obviously, what the word says, is to help them and see if there's ways to reconcile.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And if there's just really no way to reconcile and you are confident that this is the direction that you need to go in order to be healthy, in order to move closer to God, then we support you in that. So in addition to helping with the legal aspects, we try to get our clients involved with counseling for them and for their children, and to make sure that there's a plan so that they can get out of this divorce and be whole, and to make sure that they maintain their integrity in the process. Having gone through a divorce once, let me tell you, it's easy to turn into a person you are not.
Oh, I know what you mean there.
It's very easy, and what you don't need is the attorney pushing your buttons and kind of stoking that flame, right?
Wow.
So we feel really led to make sure that people maintain their integrity. They only fight over things that need to be fought over. It's like we don't want anybody to be a doormat.
Yeah, exactly.
Some things you need to stand up for.
Well, I love that, because when we watch you right now, the first thing that they see is that you care about your clients. So for people watching, real quick, how can they get a hold of you? What do they need to do?
Oh, listen, so call the office, 614-597-1330.
Okay.
You can catch us online at christianfamilylaw.com.
Perfect. Christian, thank you so much.